And baby, all I want for Christmas is you. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. I'm Paige, this is Seeking Alexandria, and I just started really fast, like I tripped over my own tongue. So today, you guys, we are checking out some new drugstore Almay products. They came to Ulta. We need to check them out. It's the thing to do. I don't know if they didn't release one, or if I just somehow didn't end up with it in my cart. But either way, there was no primer that I had in my box, so I skipped over that. I did my own primer, and we're moving on to foundation. I picked up two different things that I saw that I was like, what are you? What are you? I don't know how to function. There was the TLC Truly Lasting Color 16-hour makeup, right? I picked it up in the shade Ivory 120, which of course, lightest shade. And then they had this Best Blend Forever makeup in the shade 100 Porcelain. And it's like, got this weird, like, look at this. It's like a blendy thing all in one. Like, do you see this? It comes with like a sponge. I'm like, hey. So I don't know what this is. We should probably read to figure this out. On the back of the normal, like more traditional one here, it says, helps nourish and protect skin for 16 hours, looks freshly applied all day. Hypoallergenic, won't clog pores, oil free. Okay, sounds great. I've already primed, so guys, let's just do this. Okay, let's just like take the sticky off because no thank you. And then like, let's see what color we got. Let's shake first. Because girl, you never know what's settled into here. You don't even understand. 3 years later. Oh, hey, all right. Wow, that's actually not a bad color for porcelain. Okay, it's like a good neutral, like cool undertone. Oh my God. I'm living my best life. Okay, and I've got, okay, seriously, thank you. I've got this little guy here, and I'm thinking we just gonna go in first side booty blender here and see. You guys, straight up, this is awful. There's no coverage here. Like, I just put on all of that, and that was like 2 or 3 pumps. I put it all right here. Like, I didn't spread it out. I did it right here. And I literally cannot get, not even like him to cover, but like none of my redness or hyperpigmentation anywhere, like even on my upper cheek right here, none of this is covering. It literally looks like I didn't put anything on. I'm super freaking frustrated right now. Okay. So hopefully a brush does a little bit better because right now I'm very disappointed. You guys knew it was coming. Where's my brush? Actually, before I do that, I want to look up and see what it says this coverage is. Won't rub off in heat and humidity. Well, now isn't that convenient? They don't tell you what the coverage is supposed to be. Convenient, I think so. Oh my God. Well, you guys, that was like 6 pumps. I still have like literally no coverage on my jawline. And what I figured out is that you're going to have to go on, if you want any kind of coverage, you have to stipple it on with a brush. Doing that gives you more coverage naturally. But this foundation is like a weird, like sticky, tacky consistency. So it's not really loving like the stipple, so it's leaving stipple marks. So now I'm going to take one more pump, go in with my beauty blender, and smooth out the stipple marks. Oh, good. P.S. I think it's official. I have developed some form of like carpal tunnel. I'm going to need rotator cuff surgery. Oh my God. Yeah, it's like sticky. Like, can you see that? See how it's like sticking to my skin and like, it's just weird. Okay. Well, that was fun. I only had to use about 7 pumps, which is insane, by the way, to get any kind of coverage, which yet again is not full coverage at all. That's like a sheer buildable to light, I think. Okay, next up though, we do have a concealer. We have the Almay Smart Shade. It's supposed to be a skin tone matching concealer. This is in the shade 010 or 10 Light. It says new and improved, so my guess would be this has already been a thing. I don't know. Alright, just comes in a cute little squeezy tube like so, and let's see what we got here. What just happened? when it says smart, does it actually like turn the color of your skin? Okay, hold on. I want you guys to see this. Clean hand. There's nothing over here. Okay. Just going to put a dot down. All right. You can see that this is white. Nothing on my hand. Like, this is not a magic trick, people. Put that damn thing down. Look at. Like. What? You saw it as a white dot, right? Like, and then you saw it become this, which, by the way, if it does that under my eye, is going to be the wrong freaking color, and this was the lightest shade. So we're going to start with, like, a dot. Again, it is white. Like, I can't, this is so weird. Okay, and I'm just going to, like, dot it onto my under eye. Okay, so, like, that's all I'm putting on. I'm not committing to this, because I don't even know. Got my beauty blender. It literally didn't do anything. Alright, well, let's try a little bit more. There we go. That's a lot. Okay, well, we're committed now. Alright, so it did a nice job brightening under the eye. I'm not going to say, like, as a concealer it did a bang-up job, because I definitely don't think it did. I think as far as coverage goes, you're getting, like, maybe like a freaking 4, maybe a 5 out of 10 on coverage. But it does brighten, which is a good thing. So let's go ahead and do the other eye. And P.S. yeah, I know you're not supposed to apply it like that, but, like, your girl's just had enough already. Okay, good and light. I'm going to go ahead and do the other areas of my face. Oh, wow. This foundation is, like, oxidized. Hello, hot stuff. You guys, I just want to show you what my nose looks like. Like, it literally will not stick here. It won't stick here. Like, nothing will stick to my nose because the frickin' foundation is so tacky. And then this awful concealer is like, I don't even know what. It's like dries down but tacky at the same time. So it sticks to everything and then rips it off your face. But, like, look at that. Like, you guys, I'm going to add powder, and if this doesn't look a lot better, I'm going to have to take it all off and start over again because this looks so bad. Like, it literally is sticking like Scotch tape. Like, it's just so weird, and it's, oh my God. And this foundation oxidized so bad. And one of my other issues with this concealer, like while I'm just complaining, I don't understand how, because it's a shade match. Did you see the color that it turned? Like, okay, look at this hand and the color it turned versus the color it turned on this hand. And it turns like a different color based on where you put it on your face. So, like, it's not consistent at all. Like, if you were to use this, say you had like a giant red spot and you were to use it to cover that, it would turn dark and it would emphasize that red spot. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like this is so inconsistent, and how would anybody ever pick out their shade? Because you have no idea what shade you are because it's so inconsistent. This is horrible. Like, oh, in my face, oh. Like, watch. Oh, it's not going to show up on camera. It's literally like my hand sticks to it like fly paper. This is awful. This is the Almay Smart Shade setting powder that they just released. It comes with a little poof, it looks like. We can go ahead, we can try this and see if it works all right. It's also a smart shade, just like the other one, so the concealer. So I don't see this going so well. That looks really dark. Let's go ahead and let's try this. I'll try it with their poof first, just to see. Whoa, that turned dark real quick. Like, look at how dark that, oh my good Lord. Okay, the powder wouldn't be bad, but it's like turning my face brown. Like, I just tried it in 3 different spots. I tried it here, here, and then on my nose. And like over here, it's a little bit different shade. Right here, it turned it like really dark. And then on my nose, it like, I don't even know. On the nose, it's like, doesn't have anything hardly to stick to, but it just evened out the color on my nose. So of the 3, my nose actually looks all right. But these, like, look at, there's like a dark, like you can literally see exactly where I put it. Like, I do not understand this. Why can't you just make a powder that's a color? Like, I don't understand. It doesn't need to be smart. I don't need my powder to think for me. Okay, you guys, I have to go ahead. I'm going to wipe all this off because I don't want to do a wear test on this. Like, it's already off my face. Like, I have so much, it just came off on my hands. It didn't stick to my nose. Like, it's atrocious. Okay, I hate this. And there's no way that this would last at all. Let me go ahead. I'm going to take it off. I'm going to put on a normal foundation and concealer and powder and then come back. I still have some more Almay to try, but let me get that far. This is going to be a video. Oh, God. All right, hold on. All right, guys. So while I was off, oh, my God. I feel like all my straps are like tangled in my hair. I took my sweater off because I'm like sweating so hard right now. It's ridiculous. Like, I feel like I'm gonna have a heart attack. Anyways, okay, so I went ahead and I obviously actually put on like foundation and concealer and powder and things that like actually look the way they're supposed to on my face. That's amazing. So we're gonna I'm not gonna keep reiterating the hatred that I currently have for those. We're gonna move forward. I'll reiterate all my hatred equally at the end. So for the eyes, I picked up a couple new options that I saw. They had this little, it's called the Fabulista palette pops, mix, match, play, use wet or more, or for more pop. So basically it's like a shimmer palette, I think. They all look relatively shimmery. So I did grab this, and then I also picked up these, which were like super perplexing to me. These are called what are these things called? They're like an eyeshadow quad, but basically it's one color in 4 different finishes. And I don't know, I just thought that these were kind of cool. I picked up a brown one, like an all over lid kind of color, which now that I think about it, I already set my eyes, so that was stupid. And then I picked up a white one because I thought that's awesome. Like, how often do you need like either a matte white or a shimmery white or, you know, a glittery white? So I just thought it'd be cool to kind of look at these. Even if I don't use them, I can swatch them, you know, we can kind of play around a little bit. Actually, no matter what, I'll need them because all of these are shimmers. So I thought we would play around and do that. Now the trick here is going to be opening this little shit. It's like got tape. Why do you tape plastic, people? Don't you know that we literally can't get into it when you do that? So here is the little white guy. You can definitely see that he's got more what's the word I'm looking for, different like shimmery kind of textures to it. Oh wow, that feels really nice. Okay, so they feel really nice. They're not like the most intense. It could be because they're my skin tone. It could be just because they're not super pigmented, but they feel really good. So that was that one. Let's try another. Let's go in with this darker guy here. Oh, okay, sorry. That first palette, that was the palette 140, Here Goes Nothing. And now I'm busting into 190, Unapologetic. It's like all these nice, like red tone, coppery brown kind of colors. Oh, you guys, that one is definitely a lot like better, creamier, like just everything about this one is actually really nice. And the matte shade feels super creamy, and I feel like that is going to be a great crease color because it starts off like when I first stuck my finger in it, it didn't appear to have a ton of pigment, but it built up really nicely, and that could be like a really, really nice crease color. All right, let me go ahead. I'm going to take these ones off now because this is what I do. And then I want to go ahead and grab that white palette. This is the shade 100 Unicorn. Oh, so that might be more iridescent. Whenever I hear unicorn, all I think about is either iridescent or holographic or, you know, that kind of thing. Okay, so this one I don't see a lot of difference as far as like the textures and whatnot. I could definitely see this being a great like an all over lid, like white when you're trying to get that stark difference just on the lid, or even a brow bone highlight. I could see these being super good. So I'm curious. All right, I want to start first, like I said, with the 190 Unapologetic, and I'm gonna take the matte shade, which is this guy up here. I'm just gonna fluff him into the crease. I'll go ahead and I'm gonna speed this part of the video up, but I want you guys to see how these shadows go on and if they're buildable, like I'm hoping they are, because if they're buildable, this goes well. If not, it does not go so well. And it's always nice when you can actually see me. I'll learn. Ooh, you guys, that's really pretty. Like, wow. gonna hit this side just a little bit more. It looks like it's a little bit lighter. There we go. That looks about right. Okay, so that went on really nicely. Super smooth in application. That matte shade does feel really nice and soft. There is little to no kick in pan, which isn't my favorite. I like there to be a little kick, and I could actually tell. This is a great example of why I love to have just, it doesn't have to be a ton of kick, but like just enough, because the kick in pan is what helps to like loosen up the shadow, and it makes it blend out a little easier. And as I'm sure you could tell, even like in the speed up, it did take a little more building and a little bit more blending. If this had been a little bit softer, there would have been a little more kick. It would have, you know, had a little bit more pigmentation, a little bit more build to it, and a little bit more blendable, but I can't complain too much. I mean, it literally, I think it looks beautiful. And I think these were like $6.99, I want to say. Hopefully I remember at the end of the video to tell you, but these are not that expensive, and I just gouged it with my nail. That's cool. But I really like that shade. I think that that's super pretty. Okay. I want to go in next, and I want us to look at this little shimmer palette right here. Again, this is the O2O Fabulista palette. It's new at all, I don't know if it's new like in the world or not, but literally, and it comes with one of these little flowers. We're just gonna set it down before I drop it and get mad. So these are the colors. I'm thinking like, let's take a look. Oh my gosh. Guys, I think I have an addiction to swatching, but like, holy crap. Okay, so the first row in here, these like white guys, I was not impressed with those. They weren't like super amazing or super pigmented, and like this third one right here is literally just like a gray tone. Like, and we know how Paige feels about grays. I'm not a big fan. But everything from there down, like look at that gold, the red, like I am so impressed. The black at the end isn't like the most like deep black. Oh my God. I almost just wore that whole palette. It's not the most deep black in the world, but like I do think that it would smoke out really nicely. At least that's what it feels like. These shadows feel very high end. Like they feel very creamy, very nice to the touch. There's not like any grit or anything like that whatsoever, which is amazing. And I'm super like, I'm intrigued. Girl, you got me shook a little. Now, I really love the way that this red right here, which is this shade, I love how that kind of matches what I have going in my crease right now. I think it would be cool to play with that and the gold and like fade them into each other, and then pop some of this darker black on the outside and like smoke it a little bit. It'd be like kind of a twist on like just a normal brown eye and like smoky a little. I don't know. I think this could look really pretty. I do want to try them with my fingers first, because you guys know like that's kind of my thing. I like to see how they manipulate first with the finger and then with a wet brush. It did say on the back of the palette that if you want a little bit more punch, you can try it with a wet brush. So we'll probably do that too, just because we have to see. But I'm going to take just some of this red color right here. I think, like, look at the pigment on that. Like, that's ridiculous. And I'm just going to start by kind of dapping it. Ooh. Okay, it's pretty. It doesn't have as much like as it does like in swatch on the arm. So I am going to grab a brush, wet it down, and then try that again. Okay, it didn't make a huge difference, but I still really love that color. Ooh, girl. P.S. All the fallout already. Alright, so on the inside, I just want to take some of that gold and pop her in there. Now, I need a tiny little... Actually, hey, you know what? These actually work all right. I'm going to take one of their little, what are these? These little sponge things. These actually are not bad sometimes for my inner corner, because I feel like my inner corner is like so tight that these have worked good. I can't say that they will work good. I'm going to spray it and I'm going to pray, because I don't really want to have to dig for a brush. I'm that kind of lazy. Anybody else? Anybody else that kind of lazy? Or am I just like the only one that'll admit it? Because I know everyone else is lazy too sometimes. Oh! That's pretty. Ooh. That gold shade had literally no fallout, and the red shade has so much fallout. It's the difference there is insane. Okay, I do want to take a little bit. By the way, this with that gold worked like a dream, in case you were wondering. Like, could not have asked for anything better. Okay, I'm gonna take a tiny little bit of that black, and I'm just gonna like dab it in and kind of place it right on the outer V right there, because I don't want it to get out of control, but I just want to smoke it, deepen it up a little bit. Okay, that literally added nothing. All right, let's go in with our finger. Sometimes you can do like a dark shade like this and just kind of place it with your finger. Oh yeah, that's much better. Okay, so the black isn't my favorite. I think it's doing an all right job. It's just not doing like enough, you know what I mean? All right, and I don't want to lose that gold on the inner corner. I'm just going to add a tiny bit of that back in, just a little extra popping. Wonder what the gold shade looks like with your finger, just because I have to know. Like, it looks gorgeous. Oh, wow. It's actually even more vibrant with your finger. Holy crap. Okay, I actually think that that looks really pretty. I'm going to take just a little bit of that brown shade that I first put on and work a little bit of it. I just want to make sure that I blend all of my creasiness together, my creasiness, I don't know. I think what I don't like about that black shade is like I just tried to add a little bit more and it's just a really inconsistent shade. I think that it would be better if it was just like if it gave off the same amount of pigmentation and the same amount of blendability every time, but I feel like I put it down and it looks amazing and then like I shear it out, but then I do it on the other side and it's different even though it was like the same amount. I don't know. It's just, it seems like a really inconsistent black, so that's kind of a bummer. I was really hoping that that one would be good. For the lower lash line, I'm actually going to take some of this really deep purple right here and kind of just smudge it along. And I think maybe blend that into some gold on the inner eye. I think that'll look kind of pretty. All right, so that's actually not so bad. I do also, real quick, you know, want to take this white shade right here, the Unicorn Little Mini Palette, and I want to take some of the shimmer white and pop it in the brow bone and then like in the inner eye and just see kind of how that looks. Again, no guarantees that this is going to go well. We're just kind of hoping. You guys, I love that for a brow bone highlight. Like, look at that. Oh my gosh. It performs so well and it just like blends beautifully. I love that. Like, the inner eye isn't as intense. I might add a tiny pop of highlight there, but I mean, that's really pretty. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead. What's next? I picked up, where is it? It looks like the final two things that I picked up from them were a blush and a mascara. They released their Almay Liquid Lash Extenders Long For It. It is a lengthening, it says it has lengthening tube technology inside. I don't know if that means this is a tube mascara. I've never used one of those, so we will find out. Yeah, it says tubes and fibers, wrap and extend lashes, no smudges, no clumps, no flakes. I've never used one of these. This might not go so well. All right, and then I also picked up the Almay. It's a powder blush. I think they released a couple different colors. I picked this one up because I was super drawn to like the undertones of it. Okay, why? Oh wow, okay, it comes with a little mirror, a little brush, and then if you can figure out how to open this part, there we go. There is this cute little design on the blush itself. All right, I'm intrigued, and it actually looks kind of pretty. I love like these mauve-y tones though. I'm obsessed. All right, I want to swatch this real quick. I'm going to swirl it all together. Oh, I love that color. Yes, I love colors that look like they're like a mix between like a bronzy and like a pinky color, like that mauve-y brown color. I love that. Okay, I'm excited and it feels really smooth. I'm gonna go ahead and because this video has already had literally every catastrophe known to man, so it's longer. I'm gonna go ahead. Bronze, I'm gonna blush, I'm gonna mascara, and I'm gonna come back on here and tell you guys all about it, but I'm gonna cut this part out because this is already really long. Really, really long. Really, really long, really, really, really long. Alright guys, so I got everything on my face and I definitely have a couple thoughts. One, I think that blush is adorable. I love the color. I love the way that it went on. It has a lot of pigment to it, so like be mindful. I sheared mine out a little bit, which I do with every blush, but I love this color so much. I think it is beautiful and it's very true to color, like as far as when you put it on your face. It's just really, it's beautiful, it's buildable, and it blended out super nice into my bronzer, which was great. What else? Oh yes, the mascara. The mascara, okay, it's not awful. It's just not my favorite. I like the kind of mascara that I can manipulate a little bit once it's on my eyes. Like it doesn't dry down immediately. And this has such an interesting like texture to it to where it gave me a little bit of length, but then I couldn't do anything. Like I literally was gonna just pile product on top of it as opposed to like being able to go in and like wiggle your lashes apart and try to like work with them. This didn't work that way, and I know it's probably because it's a tube mascara, but it did do an all right job. It's just not my favorite. So let's go ahead and run back through the other products real quick just to kind of, you know, conclude the video. As far as this eyeshadow palette goes, I don't hate it. It's just not my favorite. I feel like there are only a few shadows in here that I really loved. Like, I really liked the red, but it had a ton of fallout. I loved the gold. I don't have anything bad to say about the gold. The black, not a big fan of. This whole top row here, I wasn't a fan of. I don't know. For me, it's a little hit and miss. Like, I either really love them or I really don't. And then there's a couple that kind of sit in between. So I don't know if I love or gravitate so much towards this. Now, these I actually really did like. I didn't notice a huge, like, amazing difference as far as the, how they say it's 4 different finishes. I think that it's more like 2.5 to 3 different finishes. Again, just me. But I do think that they're beautiful. The white one went on gorgeous. I really loved it as like a brow bone kind of highlight. I'm curious to see how that wears like on the lid if you were to just pack it on and try to give like a nice white space or a white blend on the eye. I think that this beige one right here, the super light one, the Here Goes Nothing, would be a good all over lid color. But after that, I don't really think it would serve much of a purpose because it's all so monotoned. That is the one thing with these shadows that it's really important to remember, because they are all technically like one shade or very close to one shade. You will not have much versatility in a shadow pan like this. But if you pick up a darker one like this brown one, I could do a lot with this. I built it up in my crease. I can build it up light or dark like I did. You can smoke it out on the side. You can, you know, have a shimmer pop. There is a little bit more versatility here, but again, remembering you're all kind of in a monochromatic state at that point. But I think that the texture and the quality on these were really nice. All right, and then that brings us back to the face stuff, you guys. I hated this foundation. I don't like this concealer, and I hated this powder. As far as the powder and the concealer go, they're both the Smart Shade technology, which I don't like it. And then this freaking foundation, you guys. Ugh, it was tacky. It was awful. I hated everything about it. I don't like this. I would never even try this again. I wouldn't. It's awful. Like, I can't think of anything good about it. It took forever to blend out. I needed a ton of product. It looked patchy. It looked awful. You guys saw it in the close-up. Like, that's why I showed you. My whole face looked like that. No. It's just a no for me. And you can, you know, rate me in the comments if you want. And, oh my God, I can't believe you didn't at least try. Girl, I did try, okay? But, like, there is a level to, I will let my foundation look so bad before I start the day. And then I'm like, you know what? Whatever happens, happens. But this was so bad, I wouldn't even start the day looking like this. All right, you guys, that is it for this video. I hope you loved it, enjoyed it. I hope that it was helpful to you. I hope that everything went well as can be expected, and I hope that I always answer your questions as best that I can. Try everything, try to do as much as I can to show you guys what I think about products, why I think it, and then if you don't agree or don't like them or love them or whatever, that's fine too. If you have tried this foundation and you love it or any of these products, tell me down below, tell me what you loved and why. I always love hearing other people's perspectives because A, you might love something that I hated, or you might be able to say like, oh, I loved it, but I have dry skin, or, you know, something like that, and there might be a reason that you liked it versus me, who obviously didn't like it. That's what it was. Yes, I'm like, I couldn't figure out what I was I kept looking down remembering something, but I couldn't remember what I was trying to remember. Oh my God, Harry Potter. I need to remember. I can't remember what I've forgotten. Anyways, on my lips, you guys, this is the Divine Nude Liquid Lipstick by Pat McGrath, just, you know, in case you were curious. That is it for this video. I'm going to get going. Check the description box. All my social media handles are there, and I will see you guys all in the next video. Bye. Almay. Crooked.